Welcome to your Morning Boost, your daily leadership advice to help you lead your school community. Brought to you by AWB Education and sponsored by Grundmeyer Leader Services, where together we are transforming education, one leader at a time. Now here's your host, Adam Busch.
Hello, good morning, welcome back. Today we're going to continue our talk on delegation. We have been diving into Lauren Landry's 2020 Harvard Business School article on how to delegate effectively, and looking at this from the lens of school leadership. We talked about tips 1 through 3 yesterday, and now it is time to dive into a couple more. Lauren's next tip is to provide the right resources and level of authority. Now, when we ask somebody to take on a task, we need to make sure that they have the ability to actually complete it. Do they need additional training, or do they need access to something to be able to do the work? They may also need permission or authority to make the decisions at the end of the task, otherwise it just will not move forward. What you do not want to do is delegate something that eventually just comes back to you anyway because of a false start. Now, once you've provided all of these areas and give the task away, the key part is to stay away. This is where a lot of our colleagues that struggle with micromanaging, this is where we typically misstep. If we are delegating appropriately, we need to allow the people we trusted with this task to do the work. We can follow up and we can check on progress, that's fine, but we cannot control everything. As students today say, you got to let them cook. Got to let them go do that task that we've delegated to them and trust that our process is going to take us to the future. Now, the next tip that we're going to address, or that she addresses, is kind of part of what I was just talking about. Number 5 is to establish a clear communication channel. This is where our big micromanagers fail and being too involved, but also not having a method of communication between you and the person delegated is also a way to be unsuccessful in this process. This reminds me of a time many years ago when I was working as an associate principal, and the growth in our district had hit a point where there was a new position that needed to be added to our team. Now, we had a dean of students, and the head principal and myself, we were so excited to have somebody to help with that workload. So excited. We met together, we decided on what parts of the job made the most sense for this new position, and we delegated away those responsibilities. Now I finally had the time to do the work I need to do. However, we literally dumped this stuff on a new person and didn't think about the process for onboarding, let alone a process for collaborating on that new role, the new tasks, and how they were going to do in the new job. We inadvertently just set them up for failure because we didn't think through the process of communication and collaboration around the work. Even though I'm delegating the work, in the end, I'm still responsible for it, even if it's just part of the team. I can't forget that part. There is a need for feedback and communication from a two-way lens throughout that process, especially if we are going to be successful.
You have been listening to your Morning Boost by AWB Education in partnership with Grundmeyer Leader Services. You can find out more about our services by clicking on the links in the description. Remember, you are doing this vital job that only a few can do. So until next time, thank you for your service to your community.